Like a really mixed friend group, actually.
White and off-white.
It was like
pink and pale.
it was like black, Hispanic, Filipino, and like white people. We all played basketball. We were fantastic.
Ate some
Oh
rice.
wow! Yeah.
Don't you mean football?
It's racist.
All right, guys. This is episode 3 of the Lobby Call podcast. We have here Dan Foster from last episode, and we have Masego, artist extraordinaire, the original trio.
We should play bingo and see how many times Max says extraordinaire per podcast.
Hey, look, man. We should play a drinking game.
We should.
You know?
Except I'm always the only one drinking during these recordings.
All right.
Yeah, but I've been drunk for
How
like
y'all
45
feeling, man?
minutes.
I know you're drinking, Dan.
Yep. I'm good, man. Life is good. No complaints. I've been drunk for 45 minutes. Yeah, let's get it.
There we go. How you feeling, Masego?
What kind of life drunk?
Drunk off life.
Yeah, man.
It's the only way to be. Yeah. And this is the 3rd episode. How was you guys' weeks going? It's Tuesday.
I don't feel the weeks anymore.
That's like a thing.
Or the days.
That's the thing. What about you, Danny boy?
I feel the same, man. I feel like the corona just like runs all the days. I don't know what day it is today.
Except Sunday. So.
Apparently
Except
it's thermal day.
You're literally wearing a smock right now. You look like you teach art to like underprivileged kids in like Harlem or something.
I don't know what a smock is.
It's what you're wearing, bro.
Well, hang out. Today, I want to talk about what a creative is. Ooh. Right?
Okay.
We'll have different topics today, but let's start off with what a creative is. We'll just talk about everything creative, right? What do you guys think a creative is?
What do you think, Dan?
That's a big question. Someone who creates things. I think every time we use the word creative, we sort of like automatically assume we're talking about, someone that's in just the arts. But I feel like it's much bigger than that. You say creative. For me, I always include like engineers, people that have to think outside the box to solve problems. So for me, that's like civil engineers. That's carpenters, stuff like that. Like it's people that just need to solve problems. That's creative to me. I think lawyers under certain circumstances can be creative because like arguments can be creative. Yeah, but no, if you disagree, I understand. No, I also disagree with your Old Navy outfit today.
I was gonna comment on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
shout out to Old Navy for sponsoring this episode.
Look, actually, it's H&M, but I used to work there, so
yeah,
that's always a thing. But when I mean creative, I'll ask you, Masego, what do you think a creative is?
I was creative.
I gotta sample that. Right.
So I feel like just people that are kind of a little left of center, as Pharrell would say, and I think it is the approach you take towards expressing yourself. So creatives create, but like what makes it get that term or like kind of have that like gumption is the manner in which you present it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, gumption. Okay.
I was saying Dan was gonna be like.
Wait, I was gonna let that ride.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, how do you mean? Like when you say like it depends on how, like being creative depends on how you present what it is that you're creating. Do you mean like for instance, if you're a musician, you're a creative, but do you mean that you have to like perform? Like it needs to be like showcased to be considered creation?
I feel like create and art are like, you know what I mean? They're like cousins. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's executing something, just doing a task. Then there's creating something. I feel like it just has this like art attached to it when I think of create, in terms of the context that I'm sure Max is talking about.
Right.
So yeah, when it comes to create, it's just like the imagination's involved. Some form of talent is usually involved, and then just the artistic thing is all about artists look at something as creative. It's like a person will look at that couch as something to sit on an artist might look at it as a muse or something to beat on or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different approach towards the average way to look at something.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. When I think about creative, I think of, first off, automatically, I think musical, because that's my artistic expression is music. But yeah, I don't know what you were talking about, Dan. Creative? Like,
wait, whoa, hold on.
Shaded you.
So, okay, wait. So you're saying that you're saying that engineers aren't creatives. You're saying that when someone sits down and like does all the equations or whatever to build an airplane, build a spaceship, build a bridge, that's not them being creative.
I'm not saying it's them being creative. Low-key, no, because they have to follow a guideline. For instance, look, they have to follow a guideline. Okay, for example, say building a spaceship.
Sure.
They can't really be creative because their creativity can get somebody killed just based off of their engineering. Okay, they want to be creative. Oh yeah, let's put a extra
glockenspiel,
a propeller on the outside, and whatever. But that engineering of the spacecraft can end up, hurting somebody. Just like,
sure,
you know what I'm saying. So they kind of have to follow a guideline of, okay, they have to account for draft, whatever, all that stuff. I don't think, rocket scientists are creatives because they're not really creating anything. They're actually, they're not.
I just saw Dan disagree with his mind. He said, rocket scientists aren't creating anything.
Nah, they're following a structure that's already there. Math. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, okay, so what's the difference between following the constraints of physics and following the constraints of music? Because I mean, like, you could say that musicians can't be super creative when they're on stage and they're doing a solo because like they have to follow the guidelines. Oh, we're in E flat. We're gonna play the solo in E flat. We could leave, but then we always come back because like otherwise we're gonna sound like shit.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
I think one of those people are bullied.
I bully you all the time.
These are facts. I'm just saying, it's just like,
I feel you.
I just think of it as this, right? An artist, like someone who paints, a painter. I think they can be as free as they want to be, or they can be as structured as they want to be.
You're saying there's no free form of math?
No, there's no free form of math. Math is like a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, what about like architecture?
Same thing.
That's math involved.
Based off the principles of math.
Sure, but music is based off the principles of math.
That
doesn't have to be.
It 100% is. Like when you say A, we just think A, but A is really just like 440.
I feel like you can analyze like you can like take art and make it make sense with math and numbers and theory, but like it's not the same way with the science. And it's just, it starts out as I see you added a 4 over the 9 and it made an 8. Like I feel like there's no like thing in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's. I feel like.
I feel like you can't be right because for both of us are like, that's kind of what this is.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like things are dealing like architecture, engineering is so codified that you can't really be. It's little room to be creative and artistic. You feel me?
I hear you, but like, I mean, if you can look at the Sistine Chapel and say no art went into this construction, or you look at the Eiffel Tower and say no art went into this, or any of the new buildings in Dubai or Shanghai, it's just like no, but that's art, dude.
You're right. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay, well, yeah, you got a point there.
Fucking idiots.
No, I mean, I'll admit that's a great point. But when you were saying like, you brought up the example of building a spaceship or something like that. I was like,
I mean, no, if you don't see that, I mean, I personally see that as art. you know, but I understand that everybody won't, you know, like it's, I get where you're coming from.
No, that makes sense because he's also wearing Puma socks. So
shout out to Puma sponsorship.
No, keep them coming. I feel it today, man. Let's get these jokes going.
No, I think when I say creative, I mean I'm more so talking about the arts.
Okay.
You know, when I'm talking about music, painting, culinary arts,
I feel you.
things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that kind of segue into where do you guys think the best creatives come from in America, in the U.S., just in the U.S.? Because all of us, we're all from VA, for the most part.
what are the
Oh, you mean like
best-
geographically? Like,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Where do
that's
the best creatives come from?
Let's say the best musicians or an artist, best musical artist, I should say.
Probably New York.
New York.
Yeah, because I feel like with everything I know about the mentality of New York, it's a lot of people that don't feel like they're dope enough because there's so much greatness that came from New York. So it's like even your suckiest musician will come out here and sweep everybody. Just start smoking niggas because he's in his room thinking he's not good enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably there because people out in LA, they're very good at like making money with their art. There's some raw talent sprinkled everywhere. You know, New Orleans has some great people. And there's some different pockets in like, you know, different parts of Texas. But in terms of like, yo, who's about to take this to the limit? It's probably the nigga that's walking distance from the Blue Note.
yeah.
That's facts.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a good point. What about you, Dan? What do you think the best artists?
No, same. I think your best creatives are always gonna come from like a crucible, like a cultural mecca. You know what I'm
The
saying?
Crucible.
Yeah,
I
so
like
like
that.
yeah, so like
We using big words this episode.
I'm about to Google that one.
it's
It's a clothing brand.
No,
Right.
it's gonna come from a place where it's heavily populated with other creatives. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like
That's true.
You know, that's why Virginia has so many amazing church musicians because like church is such a crucible for gospel musicianship. You know what I'm saying? So if you're talking like jazz music or rap or something like that, then yeah, it's gonna come from New York. You know, it's if you're talking like. I don't know if you're talking like brass band stuff or like, you know, other types of jazz, it's going to come from New Orleans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, Chicago has its own thing. Oakland has its own thing. But I think like all your cultural meccas, that's where the best creatives in any medium is going to come from. So in the States, it's probably like your biggest cities for the most part.
So would you say that geographically different places have certain... Okay, you said New York has maybe like the best jazz musicians, but not necessarily the best country musicians.
Well, of course not.
gospel.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
No, every cultural mecca has its specialty. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna go if I want really good barbecue, I'm not coming to LA for it. You know what I'm saying? Like this like if I want to hear really good jazz, I'm going to New York. You know, if I want to go to like church, if I want to go like somewhere where like the church music is really, really good, I'll go to VA. I might go to Chicago because like Chicago church musicians are kind of killing.
New York
you know?
too. It's not.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, yeah, New York too. But really, New York for everything. Like, it's a great music city. It's a great food city. It's a great art city. You know what I'm saying? The
Chicago
photography
be
there is
killing,
sick.
Yeah,
you know?
Chicago. I don't know what it is about Chicago, man. They the musicians there are just like monsters.
They're a
bro.
little different out there.
I don't
for
know what
sure.
it is, but granted, VA has some really dope musicians too.
Sure.
And a lot of dope artists too. Like a lot of artists came out of VA. We got Chris Brown, Pharrell, Timbaland, Missy, D'Angelo, Teddy Riley. No, I lied. Teddy Riley's not from VA. He's from New York, but he
He
moved down
went
to VA.
to like Virginia Beach.
Who else? We got D'Angelo.
Had to say it twice.
Yeah, no, but VA. There's something to be said about VA.
Sure.
Creatives too, because we got a whole bunch of heavy hitters coming out of VA, and still people there who have not been discovered yet. You know what I'm
Shout yourself out, man.
I mean, Max 100. No, but really though, there are a lot of just dope musicians and creatives there who just don't have the platform and exposure that haven't really been discovered.
For sure.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of hidden talent out there.
Yeah. And why do you think these places are harbor so much talent? Do you think it's just like hardship? Is it the, what makes
movies use the hardship thing? Because I know you're from the south side of Chicago. Tell us about the adversity. It's like, being from the south side of Chicago. Tell me about
hearing gunshots at night.
Yeah. And then how you sampled that and then made the beat that allowed you to escape. But no, with that, I really feel like it's one of three things, right? Either you're trying to escape your local scene because you feel like there's a cap there. Everybody wearing a cap today.
Right, there we go.
But or they have the history of your city makes you want to represent it well. Some people are like, people are mad. What's that? Like just prideful of being from New York or whatever. So they want to uphold it in a certain manner. And the third thing might be in terms of why the area breeds it. Probably the food.
I mean,
yeah, just you eating the right. I'm telling you, most of all the producers I know, they're naming their tracks what they ate that day, and it's just the food influences, how everybody's kind of gathering and felt that night, or it may be the different drug era. It's the niggas was high and they started eating and then they made a tune. That's a very common thread.
Right.
I mean, so I feel like it's one of those three things.
Yeah. What about you, Dan? You think that hardship, competition?
Well, sure.
All that.
I think art in every form is an escape. So I think anytime you have a group of people who need to escape something, and maybe it's because of poverty, maybe it's because of shitty lifestyle or whatever, you're gonna end up with a group of people fighting to be creative. So in places like New York, it's fucking expensive to be there. There's a lot of crime, or rather there was a shit ton of crime and stuff like that. And it's just the lifestyle, and anytime there's a really heavily populated area it's gonna be hard to live there. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have creativity just as an escape from there. That's what I think anyway. To me that's why New Orleans and New York and Chicago, it's a bunch of black people trying to escape what it, it's that's why black creativity is so different. I think
I completely agree with that. I think hardship plays a major role. Black people are it is what it is. Black people are the most creative people on the planet, especially in America. You know what I'm saying? We have innovated. Just talk about music. Black music is American music. American music is black music.
Yeah.
We created jazz. We created rock. We created country. We created R&B. We created hip hop. We created all these different types of. Did I say jazz already?
So good, you gotta say it twice.
We created jazz. You know what I'm saying? Soul, funk. All these different. It's a plethora of styles of just music. We're not talking about fashion. We're not talking about food. We're not talking about religion and culture. We're talking about just the music aspect of it.
Yeah, sure.
We created music. I ain't say it like that, but American music is
black people invented music. I remember back.
Tell us your history.
No. I mean, no, I didn't say that. But no, black people have definitely.
Jesus invented the blues. I was there.
Blues. Yeah, there we go. The blues.
It used to be the Reds.
Dude, I'm going to bed. I don't want to do this podcast anymore.
Yo, no, but we black people have definitely, our creativity knows no bounds, and so I think that especially in America, that stems a lot from the hardship that black people have gone all the way from slavery to Jim Crow era, police brutality, all the bullshit that black people have had to go through, and just in America. We're not talking about everywhere else where. We got soca, we got bossa nova, we got...
What else?
Where do these accents come from?
We got soca.
Balance.
Me just want Cal to see you want to soak me like a mango pit. Like what? Where did this accent?
Nah, but you know, dance all these different types of you know, just in America from black people. I think it stems from the hardship that we have gone through in America, and we channel all that negative energy that we've gone through into our creativity and music. So I really feel like you know, hardship and tribulation has you know, contributed to black people being so creative, how creative we are.
No, I mean, I think that makes me wonder though, because I wonder if it hadn't been for slavery, would black people have been so culturally influential?
I believe so. Granted,
if creativity is, or like, if like, you know, advanced creativity or like really influential creativity comes from hardship. Had black people not experienced so much hardship, would our creativity have been as relevant?
Yes, I think so.
I
think so, because aside from, you know, just...
Do we have Biggie without slavery is my question.
Without slavery, he probably wouldn't be named Biggie. He'd probably be like, no, yeah. You know?
Ooh, okay. We gonna cut some of this, yo. We would still I don't want to be affiliated.
You know what I'm saying? We still be in Africa, so you know it wouldn't be Biggie. It would be, you know, Ngoye. You know what I'm saying?
Maxwell Hunter and Dan Foster. That is who you are listening. These are the opinions
literally
of them.
Just Max.
Dan wanted to talk about slavery. I
asked
here.
if we would have had Jazz or Biggie without slavery. That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to know your opinion.
Yes and no. Yes, yes, because...
What do you, axjeeves.com? How do you know?
No, I mean, I'm
you
just
know
thinking.
How old you have to be to make an Ask Jeeves?
Ask Jeeves is like throwback.
Hey, Max, I need you to ask the next question, bro. Because thank God Curry isn't here.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah, I think, but it wouldn't be, of course, it wouldn't be, without slavery, there would be no hip hop. I think, because hip hop came from
adversity, essentially.
Adversity came from,
sure.
You know, just all the bullshit that, like I said, blacks have gone through in the United States. So,
for sure.
Yeah. So, without that, I don't think it wouldn't be hip hop. It would probably be a different form of, or different style of music. You know?
Gotcha.
Because, you know, Beethoven was black. You know,
I've heard theories.
You know what I'm saying? They say Beethoven was black. So.
Beethoven was black.
Yeah.
All right.
Look it up. Yeah, Beethoven was black. So
check the internet.
Yeah, that'll get us the answer. I'm about to ask Jeeves.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, what do you think the biggest impediment or roadblock is to the success for like a creative?
Ourselves. What?
You think ourselves?
100%. Well, that's a big thing to say, but I think I know a lot of creatives, like myself included, you know, who self-sabotage because we get so. I don't know, like how many times you've been like writing a song and then halfway through it's just like, I don't think this is good enough, and then you just delete the whole thing or start from scratch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I think for myself anyway, like I noticed that I delete way more work than I finish just because like I don't want other people to hear it. Or, you know, like I'll be working on something and then someone else walks in, and as soon as someone else walks in, it's just like, oh, without them hearing it, I immediately hate what I'm working on. It's like, okay, nope, next idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, because we are our worst critics, man.
That's the thing, man. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I remember like making Merlot, my album that's about to come out in probably December.
Double flex.
Shout that out.
I was making Merlot, and you know, I've gone through so many phases of what Merlot was going to be. Until it's just like, you know, I settled on, okay, this is what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And because, you know, sometimes you got to check yourself and like, you know, like you were saying, deleting your stuff, thinking it's not good enough. And it's just like, you got to let somebody else hear it and like vibe off how they're you know, how they feel about it. So when I played Cynthia, which is a song on my album, I think I had you listen to it. He was like, "Oh, this dope." At first, I was like, "This is just, you know,
it's just Dan and me on it."
No, it was just me at the time. I didn't even put Dan up there yet. I was like,
"Got you."
I was like, "Okay, it's alright." So I was like, "Yeah, you want to hop on it?" He was like, "Yeah." So he hopped on it.
Pause. I hopped on nothing.
No, but you know, we got everybody up there, and so it came to be. But a lot of times, you know, that happens a lot with creatives and just musicians, artists, and stuff like that. Even people in culinary arts, like, you know, oh, this doesn't look good, or this doesn't taste that good, and then, you know, a little scrappy. So yeah, that's an interesting dichotomy. Big word.
There's no way that could have been correctly used.
That does not fit.
He was like, "Cause the simile." What?
Sometimes I use big words in order to sound more photosynthesis.
That's basically what you said.
Yo, pretty much. Yo. Nah, you right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a nice hat, G.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, man. What about you, Masego? What do you think creatives' biggest roadblock to success? Or
yeah, like you said, it's just themselves. Because at the end of the day, we could say, "Oh, not enough resources," and da 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 da. But I feel like the best things I've seen are when someone was limited. You know what I mean? Like if you have this just 25 key MIDI controller, or only, like I remember back when I'm trying to think, a homie of mine, like his pirated software only worked for like an hour. So we had to like
wait.
No, it's a thing.
Oh, okay. Real?
It's it's with plugins too. Like Reverb at first the reverb would only work for like 30 minutes. Then it'll figure out that you stole it. So you better make your idea, bounce it, and then put it.
That's hilarious, man.
I like things like that. Or, you know, something as simple as you got to be in bed by 10 if you're still at your mom's house. Like, I like those limitations, so it's definitely not that. Because people would say that that's getting in the way. Oh, I want to create till the crack of dawn, whatever. But, like, that's your best-ish. And then you not thinking it's dope is the real roadblock. Or you thinking that that's actually something limiting you is the roadblock. Because I love it when we're, like, on tour and all we have is just, like, this little stupid M-audio, little one channel works and a bad mic, but it's like, yo, let's get this idea off. So I think it's just themselves.
I mean, some people can say, like, you know, drugs, women, and, you know, if
drugs make great music if you've seen the history.
Shout out to Hendrix and Miles.
Yeah, that's his thing.
I'm about to say, it's like what, like Eminem on drugs, Wayne on lean. That's some quality music. You know what I mean? Like, don't be on, what did Vince say? Don't be on the Coco and not make a hit album.
Yo,
then you wasted it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be in the Booger Sugar and not make no smash.
Booger Sugar. That's wild. I mean, but sometimes it could be a downfall too.
It's probably to your personal life, yeah, but sure. I mean, so.
Drugs and tragedy make great albums.
That's true.
That's facts. Who wants to hear You In a Good Home with a Kid album? Nah, let's hear about that breakup. You know what I'm saying?
So then women, you know,
yo, don't get me on this. Maxwell Hunter and Dan Foster are bringing these topics up.
This just you. Like, stop trying to put me on this.
I am separate from this conversation. I love women.
I mean, no, I love women too. I mean, we all do.
You said woman. I love woman. Shout out to
Shout out to you know what I'm saying? But, you know, women can be distractions too if you're not.
If they're a vice, absolutely.
Absolutely. Women could be a distraction, and they can also be, you know, what you need to, you know what I'm saying?
Just what you need.
You just gotta get the right woman. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
What you need tonight.
I will love a woman.
That's a deep dive. I don't think everyone's gonna get the reference. I'm here for it though. I got you.
That's what podcasts are for.
Look, as long as somebody knows what
I will
I'm
not
talking about, we
carry your purse. I will love a women's. Oh man.
Oh, speaking of women, what was your first relationship like, Dan? You remember your first relationship?
Dude, my first relationship ended like.
Pills.
You say pills?
I thought you were gonna say a young man. That's what I thought I was gonna go with.
Yeah, you really missed that opportunity.
I did.
Man. I'm sorry.
You did. What was his name?
Suck.
Dang.
Let me stop. Go ahead, Dan.
No, dude, my first relationship, like, I mean, it was on and off for a long time, but it basically ended like while we were on tour.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that was, yeah. I mean, like, we took a break and then I dated like a few other people or whatever, and then like, you know, sprang back because we're toxic. But like,
I mean, that makes the best music, man.
You know? But yeah, no, that's basically what it was, man. It was great for a long time, you know? And then casualty of tour, man.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
Blaming tour.
Nigga, I'm blaming his Kango head.
Yo,
Oh, the Kango has fire, man.
yo, LL
You
wouldn't have
look like
taken that.
Kangaroo Jack right now, bro.
That nigga used to whoop. Just whip.
Masego, what was your first relationship like?
He don't know, he won't dare.
He don't know he won't there. What kind of nigga, if you don't heat up with that thermal before I cook you some more? Listen, it was either Charity or Jerisa, one of those. And I was forced into both of those relationships. Like one of
How
them,
you forced?
Shorty was yoked. She was just stronger than me, and like I'm at the lunch table, and then one of her friends come up like, Charity said y'all date now.
Yo, what was that?
No, that's real.
Like,
Yo, that's so real. Oh man.
I ain't decided that. Well, she said you gotta start holding her hand when y'all out the class. So
What grade was this?
I don't know, but that's one thing I remember. And then there's another one where this chick, she would argue with me in class, and then I'm trying to think. We got in trouble. We had to stay after class, and so Mans is outside about to talk to us, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not trying to get detention. She's like, you're so cute. She just started kissing me, and I was like, help. And she's so strong. And yeah, she said, well, you're my boyfriend now.
She just Rasputin.
Right.
She said, you got a girlfriend?
Shorty had so
What you
much
do now?
so much strength. And so like for a week I had to like walk her to class and hold her books. And then I joined the basketball team. It was like, I don't need you anymore. I'm on X Games mode. And I got free.
Oh my god. Okay, but that don't really count though. That's like school shit. I'm talking about like.
That's all I've had. I'm just having fun.
Single say, I don't got a girlfriend. I just know someone who'd be really upset if they heard me say that.
No, wait, what are you trying to get at here? What do you want to learn?
Just like I'm trying to do like a correlation between relationships and just like creativity. So I'm starting off. Okay,
I got you.
What was your real first relationship, and then like how did that affect your? Okay.
She walked out on me like this man is doing right here. Don't worry, I got this. I'll be Dan as well. So yeah, I'm saying it was this chick named Dom. I'm just messing. But I definitely see a correlation because like to this day, I'm still writing songs about Shorty because like it's just something you can pull from a especially when you're like not in it and you can kind of reflect and see what it was.
Right.
I think I'm very good at channeling a time period of my life, and yeah, I think it's great. I think it's mad great. Like when you can like whether it's good or bad of the relationship, you can kind of pull a strand from that time period and just kind of channel it in the key of A minor.
That's true, man. That's facts. Cause like the song, I have a song coming out on next Friday called Lush.
Oh, double flex.
Lush,
And you know what I'm saying? I have a
triple
single
flex.
dropping, and you know, it's like that song I kind of had to pull from.
Spit a couple lines from that.
You should drop a freestyle right now.
Bailey!
Special guest.
Special guest Bailey. What's going on,
What's
man?
up, G? We're talking about Murder Beats right now.
I've never seen you in skinny jeans in my
He
life.
says I'm out.
Don't put me in this.
I mean, his camera's right here.
Yeah,
You're
it's
already in it,
cameras,
bro.
and,
You just
you'll film on the podcast right now. you know.
Why you doing your
Do you
thing?
think, man? Come on.
Yeah, kick it. You know what I mean? Like, chime in if you feel it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
My man.
There we
See,
go.
he the one that really needs a podcast.
Yeah.
He represents.
You getting
We
canceled?
got VA
immediately.
in the house. We really have like the 757 in the house right now.
Yeah,
We got
this is
really-
the new
Oh shit!
youth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it. Looking fresh too, brother.
There we go.
I'm into it.
Casual.
Yeah.
Normal day. But no, you was asking me about like correlation between women or what?
Yeah. So like, what I was going off what you were saying, piggybacking off what you were saying. Just with like the song called "Lush." You know what I'm saying? It's kind of
My,
Oh,
my
yeah, spit
single
some
that's
bars.
coming out. Like it's,
yeah, single.
the song
you know
called
what I'm
"Lush" on my
saying?
EP. That's the
Nah,
single
yeah,
that's
yo, spit
So-
some bars, some lush. What was you saying?
I got you. So I kind of had to like when I was writing the song, I start off with the music, of course.
Yeah.
And then what I hear from the music is what I'll write it off of. And like I had to not dig deep, but just think about how my past relationships made me feel. And then use that energy to, write the song. So I think the first line is, "You make me feel like I'm alone, like a dog with no bone."
Woo!
bars.
Let's go. Yeah, yo,
So-
spit at 8.
You know what I'm saying? So like, we've all had like kind of, not the best relationships in the past. Sometimes they were good. They were the best of times. They were worst of times. And it's
That
just-
dog need that bone. Is it a double metaphor? Is he trying to bone? Double
You know what
entendre.
I'm saying?
I see what you did there.
It'd be like that. But so I think it's it contributes to women contribute to a lot of creatives, and
Case in point.
yeah, it's a good example. So
You make me feel like I'm alone.
like a dog with no bone,
With no-
Man.
love sick from the thought of you.
We just
Love
put lyrics.
sick.
What
So
You know
else?
what I'm
He
saying?
threw up.
And he went back and ate it like a dog.
Oh, let's go.
Like a dog.
Take this pod to the next level.
Yeah, so yeah, women. Shout out to women. Shout out to black women, and just shout out to women all over the world. So,
Speaking of,
you know what I'm saying?
check some.
Let me check my DMs. My next album's in there.
My next album's in there. Yo. Let me check my DMs. My next album's in there. That could be a little bar, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me check my DMs.
Yeah.
My next album's in
There
there.
we go. There we go.
We'll keep me in, Dan.
That was so good.
Thanks.
I enjoyed that.
What do you guys think the most important thing for a creative to do in order to like further their career?
Oh, you would know better than me.
To attain like longevity, right? Which is all we want. Y'all want that.
You know what I really think it is? It's kind of having tangible versions of your ideas that you can later use as leverage. Right? So,
Explain
for example,
That's
that.
interesting.
right, if you have a PDF mapping out your own music video, you storyboarded it yourself, or you have like written out in detail what you would like to do for like a merch item, or like back when I was first making just random songs, I would try to think of everything dealing with that song marketing wise that I could think of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, say the song is called Guitar. I'm thinking of, we can do something at Guitar Center, and then we can have a deal with Guitar Center. I mean, with Guitar Hero. Right. And then we can have like guitar shaped bottle opener. Like I think of as many possible things that I would do if I had like marketing budget with my one song. And then I would find broke ways to do it. Like I would like cut out some cardboard and just make my own bottle opener, knowing it's not going to open up nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or I feel like if you yourself like really like flesh out everything possible, and you just have that junk just ready to go for all of your own music, that would further your career. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to like industry and brands and people, don't nobody want to do the work in terms of like really collaborating with an artist. They just want a fire that they can kind of fan a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like with record labels, with anybody, like they're not trying to take you from 0 to 50. They want to take you to 50 to 100.
Yeah.
So I feel like most of what you can do is get yourself to that 50 by any means necessary. So I was talking to y'all earlier about me and Anthony bought a heat press machine.
Shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony Austin, man.
Ant's that dude, yo, like high key. Ant is that dude.
He get himself to 0 to 50, like for sure. Like he was doing his own graphics. He was coming up with his own little fan interaction ideas. He made his own lanyards. He had his whole thing figured out.
Right.
And then I think we borrowed the heat press machine from another friend. And we were just going to Michael's and just pressing our own merch together.
Right.
And then like Instagramming the process and then like shipping them joints out. We would like ship out like 20 of them junks a month. And like fans was mad interacting with it. So I feel like, again, we came with that, but we had our own designs, had our own process. We had our own numbers to show that people was effing with the merch, feedback, customer service reviews. Give that to somebody else. Then everybody's like, all right, F it. We did like a local tour just in a homie's van. And then we were able to like finesse a show overseas because of that. I'm like, oh, we can fill up a room of 100 people.
Yeah.
We have one of those in London. All right, what's up? Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So I feel like to advance your career as a creative, perfect your craft where nobody can outdo you at being yourself.
Yeah.
And then the other hand is just like thinking about the intangibles. It's just like, oh shoot, the things that we don't really care about. Having that in your arsenal makes you kind of unstoppable, I think.
Interesting. That's a good point. That's some really good. Those were some really good gems.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, I'm gleaning a lot from
just life.
Yeah, from that. What about you, Dan? What do you think? What do you think?
Dude, I don't know. I literally just I'm still trying to figure this shit out for myself, man. I think since I got here, I think one thing that I noticed that was really important, at least for me on the production end and like going into different studios and just networking, is like how just your ability to have a conversation with somebody and be memorable. You know what I'm saying? Because like your talent's gonna speak for itself every time. If you know what the fuck you're doing, like most of us already did the work. Like we spent the last 15-20 years like working on our instruments, working on our production, working on our composition, whatever. Like if we're ever in a situation where we need to produce, we need to compose, we need to just solo or whatever, we're fine.
Right.
Like no one's gonna make us look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna leave every situation like proud of what we did for the most part. But I think the one thing that a lot of producers and a lot of musicians lack, just because like we're kind of reclusive for the most part, because
that's the thing.
Yeah, like we kind of have to, like the kind of person.
That's definitely
like,
a thing, bro.
Yeah, no, because we spend so much time by ourselves doing our own thing, just perfecting this one thing that we turn into complete recluses and we forget how to socialize and stuff. But when you're trying to build like a career and you can't do it 100% by yourself, you need other people, you need other producers, you need other like marketing people, you need suits. You know what I'm saying? If you can like go into a room and have a conversation with somebody and market yourself, all that nonsense, then from what I've noticed anyway in the last year that I've been here, that's important. Is being able to be sociable and have a conversation.
Yeah, bro. Hey, that I think both of those are both really great points. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm literally a homebody. I'm a loner. I guess I'm a loner. But I'm very antisocial. But what's the word?
A dweeb.
I think it called you a nematode.
Right. No, but like I'm.
You don't naturally want to talk to suits.
Nah, man. And on top of that, you have to learn how to talk. What you told me earlier, like you got to learn how they think, and then how to communicate to these people. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, that was close. That was real close.
That was good.
No, but it's a thing, man. So I think Dan, you're really great at putting yourself out there and real talk. You're good at. You're very loquacious. You know what I'm saying? Very
Loquacious?
I mean, talkative. Very
Nigga, nobody knows loquacious. That's kind of sus. Yo, you call your man's loquacious and that's
very,
not...
very garrulous. That means somebody who's
garrulous?
He's chatty. Like
We get it. You can read.
Yo, he has a whole big words list on his phone.
Yeah.
More or less.
You said he's loquacious?
It's like talkative.
That sounds like a East Coast name of a woman.
My name is Loquacious.
My name is Loquacious.
I might have dated a loquacious. Yo, you're gonna get canceled in 4 minutes. This is Maxwell Hunter's podcast. Loquacious is hilarious though.
Loquacious.
I knew a girl named Sinacia.
I did too.
She was gorgeous.
Oh, you smart?
Yeah.
He's trying to take this pod to the next level. Let's go, Dan. Ask your question again.
Did you or did no? I'm sorry.
Hey man.
Oh.
You're welcome.
You probably did. That's why you like.
Edit. No.
Oh, you was asking him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
I said shout out to my wife.
So yeah, I think both of those are really good points. You know, figuring out how to market yourself and figuring out how to do things yourself and be you 100% and being the only you. So both of you guys have really good points. I feel like, of course, sample time.
We'll transition for you.
Sample hunters. You're welcome. You on vacation now.
This is a funny guy.
I'm just going in. No, but I feel like those two plus I think like luck, man. Not luck, but just
No, that's luck is a part of it.
luck
right.
plays
Yeah.
a major part in just like a lot of the success of just mad artists today. Like they were at one point at a place at this certain time where
in the right room.
You know what I'm saying? So
No, like a big part of it is definitely luck, but I think like the one thing that sort of sets you apart from everybody else is, are you willing and can you recognize the situation and capitalize on it when you get lucky? You know what I mean? Like it's no, because like a lot of people just don't want to like jump like when they're in the situation, like, you know, like that can be, you know, profitable for them. You know what I mean? Like
That makes sense though. It's like the whole luck favors a prepared situation.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I could have like pussied out when you said, hey, do you want to like come to LA, or hey, do you want to come on tour? I could have just been like, no, I'm building submarines now and I'm getting a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have just done that and it would have been much easier, but I was just like, you know, like, no, you got to be the kind of why are you playing the kalimba through this? Like,
No one can hear it. It's for me.
they can pick it up. Yeah,
can I
pick
pick
it up.
I just want to. Can you just come? Thank you.
But yeah, man, that's you're right, man. Like it takes certain not luck, but just like courage to do
Courage. What the F?
Yeah, but
No, it does.
Yeah, it
I
takes
feel you.
courage, man.
Yeah.
Like it's scary, bro. Like when I quit the hospital, I used to work at a hospital.
No, okay, I see what you're saying though.
You know what I'm saying? Norfolk General Hospital. Shout out to Norfolk General. Used to work there, and then just like I quit, and like
I think that's the difference, though.
What?
Because I feel like we were terrified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were just the kind of nigga that just like does things.
Right.
You're basically the Joker. Like it's just like you're never scared of like you never analyze all this like everything that could possibly go wrong like in a situation. Just like that seems like it could be cool, and you just like go for it.
Right.
You know?
Shorty called me a court jester the other day.
Dude, but like, yeah.
Harlequin.
Oh no!
Dang!
You're a clown.
What did she call the Joker?
Mr. J? What are you talking about?
Mr. J.
Yeah, Mr. J.
Hey, Mr. J.
Mr. J. Pudding.
Pudding as well. Pudding pop. Hey, all I know is we're here.
Yeah, yes. You know, so it takes all of those things and more to just like to create longevity. Because the thing is, like, I know people who are just like they're just trash.
Oh, you know people,
and yet they are still. I'm not gonna say trash. That's really harsh, but they're not good. And yet they are doing all the things that you guys are saying, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? They're not. It's just. It's not it. You know what I mean? They don't.
I
they don't have it. So I think that's like.
No, having the courage definitely goes a long way. Because I mean, there's a lot of cats who aren't great at what they do, but they have the courage to put their shit out anyway, and they're super successful.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So no, having not pussying out when you have the opportunity to go for something, it goes a long way.
That is a thing. Do you guys think we're talking about creatives? Do you think all musicians are creatives, just like people who play instruments?
No, there's different types of creatives. Because, I mean, even the person that made, the set design for our joint with the Mexico and Jakarta and all that was mad creative. Because they just took some, random scraps and turned it into, a whole market set. It was believable. I was like, this is not... I was like, oh, it is. You know what I mean? So I feel like I've seen types of creativity. Even with Elton engineering the project. Even with that meticulous way of EQing and all that, he'll add very tasteful, creative decisions, I think. So it's a little spectrum.
So yeah, no, that had nothing to do with.
I was gonna let that shit ride. I was 100%
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, I was gonna let him have it, but no, that's a good answer.
I wasn't paying attention. I was texting this.
I was texting the hoe, and
oh, but I can't get no edit. Every musician is creative. Yeah, no, Elton did a great job on the album. Yeah, no.
What'd you think, Dan?
Hey, yo, Wilkes just hit me up.
Oh, shout out Wilkes, man. That's another guy who's just he's incredibly talented, super dope. He's super dope. Anyways, what do you think, Dan? Shout out Chris Wilkes.
I feel like instinctively I want to say no. Because is every musician truly creative?
I don't think so.
because music can be very I think especially when you get into industry shit, music can be really formulaic. You know what I mean? Because how many times have we been in a session with someone who's just yeah, blah blah blah, just give me 2 chords and they put an 808 on it and then hats or whatever, and then they just kind of follow a formula, they follow a recipe or whatever, and it doesn't matter. And granted, I'm not shitting on them at all, because
I'm joking.
No, because no, you figured it out, you got the bag. Do it no, you can provide for your family, you can invest, you can do everything you need to do. Shit, run it up, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think that every musician, every producer, every composer is creative. No, in this industry, you can be very successful in a creative industry and not be creative. It's very strange.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I've played too many cover bands to be yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, Just for example, orchestra players, right? They're playing someone else's music, and that's solely what they do. You know what I'm saying?
But some producers don't look at making music the way you guys do. They're looking at it for the bag, just to make beats and just
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I know a lot of producers that do that. That don't really care about making next level music. They're just making beats.
Yeah,
just replacements.
But they're not musicians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's just say for a bass player, guitar player, piano player, right? For a cover band, I would not necessarily consider them creatives simply because they're not creating anything. They're just replaying, someone else's music.
I'm gonna disagree with you there, though.
They're still creating stuff.
Yeah.
What you mean? What you mean? Explain. Elaborate.
We got to get you a mic, B.
Yeah, we do.
We got to get you a mic.
I mean, yeah.
It's picking up from me.
Okay, so would you consider someone like Yo-Yo Ma or Andre? What's his last name? Botticelli, something like that. Yeah. Would you consider
Andre Rayu?
No, the vocalist. Okay, never mind. Would you consider someone like that a creative? You have your famous operatic singer, you have your famous cello soloist or whatever. Do you consider those musicians who are at like the top of their game and have been for like the last decade, would you?
Yeah.
Do you consider them creatives?
Or are they playing something on sheet on
No.
Sheet
They're playing someone else's music.
So then no, I don't consider them creatives because they aren't. The root word is create. They aren't creative.
Sure, but you don't consider
like
like
remixers though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, remixing. I can say remixing.
So
yeah,
and so
because you're adding new. You're creating new elements.
Got
But
you.
when people read like orchestra, classical players, they're playing. First off, they're playing music from hundreds of years ago, and they're playing it note for note. There's no ad-libbing. There's no,
I got you. So I feel like interpretation and creation are cousins. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I don't know. You go catch like a symphony orchestra or whatever, and they're playing like a piece of music that was written like 300 years ago.
Right.
Or they're playing like Baroque shit or whatever 400 years ago. Doesn't matter. They're playing something that's super old, but they're playing a new interpretation of it, and like everybody has to like interpret how they feel it was meant to be played. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, we can. If you think for a moment that like every performance of a famous work that was written 400 years ago was the exact same, like you're cooked. Like that's not how that shit works at all.
That's true.
Yeah, no. So like there's a lot of creativity that goes into an interpretation of a piece that was written by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like like you and I could play Giant Steps today. And it's obviously it's not going to be. Oh, okay, well, like pick any famous jazz piece or whatever. We're going to interpret that, and we're going to play it the way we feel like it needs to be played. And that doesn't go just for jazz music. That goes for classical music. Even though the notes are the same, how you play those notes are completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like your premier violinists, your premier ballerinas, your premier everybody in every creative medium forever it's like. Even though you have your famous works, it's going to be different from person to person. And that interpretation of this famous work is going to be different every time.
We could all catch the same twerk.
Get out. Get the fuck out right now. I swear.
I got to pee for a second. Hold on.
It's going to be different a little bit every time.
Yeah, no. Long story short, you're fucking cooked. There's a lot of creativity that goes into interpreting someone else's music.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's someone else's music.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Composers aren't the only creatives.
That's true. It's very true. However,
you told me that Stevie Wonder wasn't being creative when he played a cover of Spain by H.e.r. No, he 100% was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, he was running it the fuck up.
But but I think what's important is that he put his own iteration into it.
That's what every musician does when they play a famous work. Every like premier violinist does wild shit, and they make every every important piece of music sound different, even though it's the same exact piece. They make it sound different, and obviously like none of us have studied like classical music, in depth the way we study jazz or the way we study hip hop and stuff like that. But no, it's a thing, like and Grant like. I listen to a lot of classical bullshit, so like for me, it's there's a very clear difference.
I mean, speaking of legends, we were just talking about Stevie Wonder, right? When do you think, when was the best time? When was the best time to be in the music industry? When do you think artists were like the most creative?
I think I found one of Curry's dreads. What is this?
That's literally one of Curry's.
Yo,
that's there's so much dandruff in this.
Selsun Blue.
Oh, I found a dongle too.
That's almost certainly mine. Anyways,
but yeah, when do you think?
What would Curry say? Well, damn,
black people, we the
black
people.
Sometimes you gotta understand, having the pocket that I do from different types of influences.
Black people got the best pocket anyway.
That don't work out enough because every day.
Mike Tyson can't fight for real. I seen that nigga, man. His jobs is mad slow. I fight Mike Tyson. What the fuck now?
Mike Tyson can't fight for real. These the real takes. What was you talking about?
I was saying we were talking about legends. He brought up Stevie Wonder.
Facts.
And I was like, okay, when do you think was the best time where in the music industry when it was creators were the most creative?
Probably 2015.
You think what?
5
You
years
think
ago was the most creative.
Nigga, think about it.
Okay.
That's the peak of SoundCloud. That's when if a Drake song come out, it's 16 remixes. Nobody knows what to do. Everybody's producers are celebrities now. If they got fire beats, you can tour. Selection is on 10. They're selling out Regent every week without announcing the lineup.
I feel like that's more so. When was the music industry most lucrative? I'm talking about creative.
Forget lucrative. They were SoundCloud at its peak. Bailey, give me something here. That creativity was. I mean, of course, it got to the little annoying where it's just an xylophone falling down a pair of stairs.
They did start a whole sound.
What?
Even from like the Toronto to like the Monte Book, the whole Selection, the whole sound. I mean,
All of and think about it. I mean, not to big up Selection the whole time, but it's just like
Shout out Selection.
Selection, like it's worldwide. So it's like you have this dude in Paris, and then his drums compared to this guy over here in Kenya versus all that, and they have all this mash of culture for the first time. I'm sorry, that was when I was like, yo, niggas can do anything. It's just like where I was making songs called "This Synth Got Me in My Feelings." It get 100,000 listens and comments. Like that type of freedom does not exist.
Yeah, SoundCloud, you can't do that now.
No, there's too much red tape. It's almost like when Airbnb first started, when niggas were just renting their houses and then also being able to have somebody pay their rent by letting somebody sleep there in the side closet or the side room and make bank. Or you can just rent mad cribs and have niggas pay your rent and make... No, when things first start, 2015, not only lucrative, but you can do a lot of creative little things. I feel like back in the day, the music industry had too much control over who was famous and who wasn't. Yeah. That's what I mean.
I'm not
Billboard,
gonna deny that.
radio,
I'm not gonna deny that.
like you can be the dopest dude from Cincinnati, but if like they don't see you as somebody profitable, they're not gonna put you on and do all the bells and whistles. So
Right.
I'm sure back in the day, based on the James Browns and all that, like they're trying to get on by being the best out. Cool, get that. But in terms of like being able to like take yourself from your mama's crib to on stage, 2015. You can get a record deal just because niggas don't understand why you so lit.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Dan? What you think?
Ask the question again because I feel like.
What do you think? When was the best time where creatives were the most creative? Like when are we just talking music right this second? Yes, music.
Okay.
When
was the
were
best
artists
time?
most creative?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
I feel like it's now.
You think so?
No, because
Dude, I feel like there's so many insane producers I've heard that are just making crazy shit now, more than ever.
Yeah,
You can make a case for that.
I mean, I understand that, but also like that's a really difficult question to answer because I don't know. For me personally, I feel like how adept somebody is at being creative in whatever medium they're in is kind of defined by their limitations. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like to me, like Beethoven was one of the best creatives we had because he was writing masterpieces while he couldn't hear shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the guys who invented rap music were at the peak of creativity because rap music hadn't been invented yet.
That's the thing.
Like who at what point do you like smoke? Like how much do you have to smoke and drink and snort or whatever the fuck it is that you're into where you say, hey, we should stop singing things and just say things rhythmically to get people riled the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how
thing.
much do you like that's yeah, no, that's a really different. I think.
So you think the late 80s?
Well, no, I'm not just talking rap. I'm talking like. I feel like the innovators of every medium. That's rap. That's jazz. That's whatever. I feel like they were just at the peak of creativity. So I think it's something that's gonna happen like every 10 years. You know, I don't think that's something you can really compare.
No, I feel you. If that you bring, that's a good point, Dan. I think that for me, I'm thinking like I'm thinking late 80s.
Why?
I think that because
Late 80s?
yeah,
I mean, you could just be caught. Never mind.
Ooh, wait. Wait.
Maxwell Hunter, lobby call.
No, I think late 80s is when a lot of just the innovativeness of just musicians and artists and producers were, people were transitioning into using more synths.
Mm-hmm.
People were transitioning into, this hip hop. People were doing new things in rock, R&B. I think during those times, like the late 80s, even the early 90s and the 90s period, there was a lot of innovative things going on,
Sure.
creatively going on during that time period. So I'm going to say, late 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's when things started to, like, genres of music started to branch off into different things. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, yeah, I'd say, like, late 80s, late 90s. That's where, like, the legends were born for me,
Well, for like the people that you're most influenced by.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of legends, we all know the versus battles, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is some of you guys' favorites versus battles?
Beanie Man.
Beanie Man. Who else?
Who else had a really good verses? A lot has happened, hasn't there?
Yeah,
there's been a lot of verses.
Straight up, I have not seen one versus. I can tell you verses that I really want to see, but like I haven't seen one.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. What about you, Sega? Yeah, have you seen any?
I just think the peak of verses for me was the Beanie Man one because it's just like the audio quality was very good. I know when it first started with Teddy Riley and all that, that's when like we all learned about it. It was like, oh, there's a thing going on called verses. But like, yeah, the Beanie Man one, like they really got the audio right. It was mad entertaining. There's so many gifs from it and memes afterwards. And yeah, I don't know. It was cool for me. I think it's cool when it's like a celebration. Oh, the 2 Chainz and Rick Ross one though was crazy.
Okay.
Like it was just like a little bit of celebration, a little bit of sunning. It was like, all right, yeah, play a little song. I'm about to get a back massage. And then a beautiful dark-skinned queen walks out.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, yeah, do your little song. But I have a stripper coming in here and I'm paying her 30 bands. Wa la la la, 30 thou wow. So it got different when it was just like, yo, you can't sit with me. Oh, no, you can't sit with me. So I like that's not present in R&B enough, so it's mad entertaining in hip hop and other genres.
Right.
But yeah, those are cool.
Okay.
Versus is nice.
What do you think like versus would be like with upcoming legends of today? Like,
Yeah, give me an example.
Okay. See, Anderson .Paak. I think
Who?
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, he added some extra A's in there.
Nah, Anderson .Paak.
Anderson.
I think I would consider him an future legend. Like he's definitely, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's
I can get
definitely doing his thing. Let's see who else.
Wait, Anderson .Paak versus who?
What do you guys think? Upcoming legends.
He's a very special case though, because he's kind of like he's right on that line of like young people like him, but then like OGs respect him.
You know what? I would love to see like Mystical versus Anderson, low key.
Mystical and Anderson,
Wow.
Bruh, no,
you
okay.
see the world, bro.
Right. No. Okay, so like, for me, I feel like Anderson is basically like the love child of like, I don't know, if you got like James Brown,
Cool,
Mystical, and just I know, shut the fuck up, just hear me out. If you got like James Brown, like Mystical, and then like I don't know, like insert any R&B legend, I feel like you basically get, like as far as texture goes, you basically get Anderson.
What if Anderson is mystical?
But like, have you heard his voice? No, it does. Get a mic. Shut up.
Do you know mystical?
Nick, what? Yes, I know Mystical. First of all, how? This is not important. I grew up in Mystical.
Who grows? What kind of?
I mean, me too.
Twisted.
Yeah, no,
low-key,
like it's
but, you know.
it's
I feel like Dan had like him on like cassette tape or something weird like.
Were you born when cassette tapes were still a thing? How old are you? No shade. I just want to know.
Anyway, we're gonna get back to it. Mystical and Anderson have a threat to you.
Absolutely.
Where?
I feel like stylistically, every time I hear like
Sounds
early,
like Cap.
it sounds like Cap.
Take that hat off and tell the truth.
You take your hat off. I'm trying to see these dingy braids you got.
Yo, come on.
I'm on my Meek Mill braids right now. Don't come I'm just saying, like that's a weird
I hear
take.
you. No, it's no. It is a weird take. I understand, but like no, I would like to see like Mystical and Anderson, especially like around the time Mystical was doing shit with like Bruno, because it was a lot of like R&B and funk kind of meshed together with rap, which to me is exactly what Anderson is. Yes. Oh, okay. Never mind.
You want to hear that against? And let's say I'm in the fried fish and chicken in the toe size.
To me, that's just like that, but less obnoxious.
I can turn a pussy to a kiddie
absolutely.
pool.
I would. Who would I
Alright.
put?
So
Anderson
wait, hold on.
against?
Okay, name some
Up and coming legends.
Yeah, up and coming legends. You guys think that are up and coming legends?
Who has a catalog like that?
Yeah, I name three people you think are. I'll start with you, Dan. 3 up and coming.
You gotta let me think.
Legends.
That's a big question. So 3 up and coming legends.
Yes.
What class
in
do
your
they
opinion.
respond to?
Let's just do the art.
What class is Frank in?
Frank Ocean. He's like the R&B.
No, I'm saying like a class of like you with these niggas. Like we can't say like J. Cole, Drake, Big Crit. They all came in the same class.
Got you. Frank would be
Like Tyler.
Tyler, he came.
yeah.
Okay.
Just everybody who came up like at the same time that like Odd Future was coming up, basically.
Okay.
I
Hobson.
mean,
I'll get 3.
Hey, who you
Oh my
think?
god,
Okay.
I liked Hobson so much when he was coming up, yo.
Yo,
Like,
that-
in the very beginning,
mine
I was
was
just like,
6.
"This is fucking tight, yo."
No.
I'll get 3.
Okay,
That's my guy.
Anderson .Paak,
okay.
Bryson Tiller, and Masego.
Boo, Masego.
Come on, man. Stop hating on top. Niggas aren't hating.
No, I got
you on
you.
Bryson, but I would exchange him for Thundercat.
You think Cat's legendary?
Oh, no.
As a musician, 100%.
Yeah,
as an
But
artist,
can
I
his
think Cat's
can
legendary.
his songs go against people?
I don't think.
I mean, versus.
I think-
thinking about just legend.
Just legends.
Thundercat is definitely legend.
Yeah.
No, as a
Personal.
musician,
Absolutely.
Thundercat is 100% legendary.
But his catalog,
no,
No.
he-
no.
the Adventure Time song was cool.
Yes.
The
Drunk album was dope.
No,
Loki,
Drunk
like,
was sick.
I think Thundercat is legendary to me, but just overall,
No, I think as
As
a
an
bass
artist-
player, he's 100% legendary.
He's-
As an artist, I
as
don't
a bass
see it.
player
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah, I think
He's one of the greats.
he's
Like
too
already.
much out the box.
We're talking about songs though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like
songs.
Anderson has songs.
Anderson got songs.
Yeah.
So it's like who else has songs? And it's like it's hard. Like I can't put Bryson against him because that's a different realm. Like Bryson has.
Well,
like
right
R&B
now
hits.
we're just naming. Who do you guys think? I get 3. I said you. I said Bryson Tiller. And I said Anderson .Paak.
I mean, Lucky Day got to be in there once he gets his catalog up
Yeah.
as an
Okay.
artist because
I
he's
think, I
pen
think 4 or
game
5
crazy.
years from now, like Lucky Day is going.
Okay,
like,
easily.
gonna be a
Lucky
thing.
Day.
Yeah, Lucky Day
2
for
more.
sure. I would. Dang, somebody that's gonna have catalog like that after a while.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't put him in there. I'm trying to think of a woman. Oh, Ari.
I was gonna say Ari.
I'm wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Ari
was gonna
Lennox.
say Ari.
I will put Ari Lennox against Anderson.
You think what?
I feel like they're too far removed for that even to be a
I
thing.
would put
for real.
Anderson against you.
No, because we're in different. Like
Yeah, they're
Anderson.
completely different. Like
The thing with me is compared to Anderson, I'm way more pop. So it's
Yeah.
like if you analyze my pen game versus his is gonna look like it's more dexterity because he's doing like protest songs and songs with Smokey Robinson and like all this is different.
What about Anderson? Chance the Rapper.
if
I think Chance
I mean,
the Rapper is like. Granted, you know.
if we ever get back to the Chance from 4 years ago, then I would say yes.
Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
because like I can't, and I don't want to say it, but like Chance from 4 years ago is in my top 5 rappers. You know,
I'm
what
not
saying?
mad
Like,
at
that's-
that.
I'm
take.
not mad at that either.
Yeah, because
I'm
I
not
was
mad
like,
at that take.
I feel like just because because where my roots are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from, like, white church, and that's kind of what Chance feels like to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we got just enough black church, we got just enough, like, CCM, we got just enough, like, old
That's not a bad
hip-hop,
line.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, like, he's in there for me.
Okay.
Because
You know what I'm
let's
saying?
think about the songs. But Chance would definitely have to go with Juice. My Pusher Man. He's gonna do, of course, No Problems. That's easy. But we're trying to do some like classic records from like Chance. Sunday.
He has some SoundCloud hits, so Sunday Candy is sick.
Sunday Candy was like, that's when I was jealous. I was like, that music video with the choreography.
Cocoa Butter.
Cocoa Butter Kisses is definitely up there. Something from 10 Day though. He probably wouldn't dig that deep though. But like one of this joint from 10 Day, it was just like, I remember how it felt. It was this one joint. Let me think. What else does he have?
He got, so for me,
Coloring Book. What did it have on Coloring Book?
Ooh,
Anything dope?
none that comes to mind. So I like SoundCloud days, like Tap Dance was kind of like that shit for me. I don't know if y'all heard Tap Dance. Tap Dance is
It was like a 1800 tequila commercial. That junk. 1, 2, 3, step.
No,
4,
that was
7,
it.
9,
No,
9.
absolutely. That's exactly what that shit was.
But would you win against someone playing
Ooh,
that?
no, absolutely not.
Anderson got. I mean, Malibu.
You know what? Okay, no,
is
I could see.
stupid.
I could see Anderson versus like early Chance. That would be sick. I would definitely stick around for that.
Yeah, because no, that Acid Rap is like, that's crazy.
Acid Rap was
Acid Rap is crazy. Malibu is crazy.
Okay.
Dang, what else would he? I'm trying to think. So Chance's newer song. Anything else he had when he snapped recently?
No.
Before the Wife album.
Okay.
Like he had a something. I was like, yo, this nigga Chance got off.
What about Travis Scott?
He's in a different class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
But you just mean like, is he a legend? Like, is he an upcoming legend?
Isaiah Rashad. He has catalog too.
Yeah. That's a
Meal Ticket will be, of course, in there. I'm sounding too mainstream. Like he has a lot of like old hits that I listened to from like 2015. So yeah, Isaiah would have to go against like Vince Staples. Vince Staples has like some catalog.
Okay.
Overheating ass cameras.
Hot takes.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, Vince is up there. Isaiah Rashad is definitely gonna have catalog when he's done. I'm trying to stay in that younger class to see who's actually doing something. Ari's up there for sure. Snow Allegra's gonna be up there.
Yeah.
Why are you taking like my whole like? I was gonna say Ari. I was gonna say Snow.
Yeah, Snow is definitely up there. She's been sounding classic before she got famous.
Yeah.
Like, because when she was doing that old aesthetic with the cartoon, niggas was just sleep. Then she started showing you what she looked like, and everybody's like, yo, she's talented. She's the best out. No ID.
By the end of it, Smino's gonna have a crazy cat.
Oh
No,
yeah.
Smee. No, Smee is on my top 5
Absolutely.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smee is one of my favorite
yeah.
rappers, and I see him all the
Absolutely.
time, and I'd be like, "What up?" And he don't pay me no mind.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, granted, he's probably high, but
yeah, I think Smee is gonna like Smee in like 5 years is gonna be to rappers what like
Smee's dope.
help me, what's his name? The
Take your time. Let the Lord use you.
no, not Saba. Old school
Saba.
cat.
What he look
Me,
like?
dude. I literally just saw his
Method
name.
Man.
No.
Ludacris.
What year?
No. Fucking me. Hold on.
Oh,
hold
you
on.
talking about 103,000?
No, but he was like he definitely influenced on 3 Stacks though. Hold on.
Either way,
Kid, come back to me.
Kid Cudi?
I'm no.
I was gonna say Kid
No.
Cudi because that's what you
No.
like you wanted to say. But Saba's on that list because Saba has records. Like
So Saba
records.
versus Smino.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. No,
Yeah.
because Smee is gonna be like all dexterity, and Saba's gonna be like I make cool songs.
Not Saba can rap.
No, Saba's no. I'm not saying Saba can't rap, but if you're putting Saba against. Shout out to I love Saba so
Yeah,
much,
Saba's
but like if you're putting Saba just on dexterity against Smee,
What does dexterity mean?
you've been using dexterity for the last. No, it's so, okay. So to me, Smee is a very technical rapper. Like
He yodels.
He's
And I'm a G, and I'm a Lee, and I'm a
He's
beat.
not just a rapper. He can go on any beat.
Anything.
No, and
Yeah.
literally anything,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, Smino's like. Yeah, the first time I heard Smino was Amphetamine. I was at ODU and I was
Yeah,
working
no,
out.
Amphetamine
Baseline
fucked me up,
stupid.
yo.
And like I was in the middle of a set, I was like, I had to like stop working out. Like, yo, who is
I
this?
had to stop working.
You know what I'm
out.
saying?
Get it? You have
Nasty.
muscles,
No,
whatever.
back when I used to work out. So but yeah, like, I was like, yo, who is this?
I remember
looked
when I
him up.
saw Smino become like everyone's favorite in the studio. Like when you walk into a studio for another session, they're playing him.
Yeah.
This new like I know what that's like because when it happened to Snow Allegra, when like everybody loves her all of a sudden,
Right.
I know that feel. Now it's happening to Ari. Like everybody love Ari.
That's okay. I'm sorry. I feel like Smee. Sorry, I'm going back.
Go ahead.
I feel like Smee is gonna be to like future rappers what MF Doom was to like rappers to like.
There we go.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How so?
No, because like even though like MF Doom has been like popping for a long time, but he never got the same like he never got the same notoriety that like Jay got, or, like all these like rappers who like really fucking popped. You know what I'm saying? But like just off of his pen game and off of his wordplay and how he like specifically how he used like vowels. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like he'll pick like one vowel and like rhyme every fucking word in like 20 bars with like
Smino
just
is
this
slept
stuff.
on.
Yeah, no.
That take.
The thing is with Doom,
He's like
he's respected, and I feel like Smino's also.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like
Good point.
I feel like Doom is like rappers is like your rapper's rapper, and Smee is gonna be your rapper's rapper, like 5 years from now.
Okay, wait. Women wise, where would y'all sit Tierra Whack at this point?
Tierra Whack.
She's at the top, but her project, it's based on the next project for sure.
Yeah, I feel like from a talent perspective, it's like Tierra Whack is like one of the ones. But I feel like I can't name a moment on an album.
Because every song was 1 minute.
Yeah, I mean it was exciting. It was exciting, and then she tried to drop some like longer songs afterwards. But I feel like it's still when I think of Tierra Whack, I think of those Instagram freestyles that was mad impressive. Which is no shade there, because she proved in that 15-minute thing that she can do any genre, be a pop star, be a rapper, like whatever. So I'm kind of curious on what she becomes with a proper album.
Right. I think her.
Yeah. I would do her versus Anderson.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would do her versus Ari, yo.
No.
Nah.
No. At all?
No.
Because
nah, man. It's
Dan's like 2 women.
I'm sorry. Has there been a versus so far that was like shorty versus dude ever?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
So if
They should.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Like I would take if you're talking rappers, like who would you pick, like female rapper versus male rapper right this second?
I think let's see, Rhapsody versus let's say like newer.
No, you just said Rhapsody, so now you have to stay in that class. So like it's like Rhapsody versus.
I'm trying to think because
Conscious rapper.
catalog.
Like I don't know. Common.
I was gonna say Common.
That's
That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
That's such a cop out. No, I can't say that. I don't know. The Rhapsody was a bad
Yeah,
example. She's in a class of her own.
Yeah.
But I like the her Anderson thing just because.
Oh, I know.
What's
the girl's name? Her and
You don't say no name.
No name. Yeah. No name.
How this man thinks? No, that's a different. She's her mom. Like no, bro. That's.
But like low key though.
Yo, like come on. Nah, B.
No, that's exactly
I was
that
about to
is.
say No Name versus Smino. I think that.
No,
You don't think so?
Absolutely
Not at all.
not.
They're friends,
Definitely
for
not.
God's sake.
I mean,
No, I mean
they
not everybody in verses for the most part is like.
Yeah.
low
I'm just
key
saying,
friends.
like they're
But,
like
you can't
in the
it's
same
not,
camp, low key.
Also, I feel like it just wouldn't.
It just wouldn't work.
Yeah,
No.
it
So
wouldn't
No
hit.
Name is one of those like my poom poom did a thing on colonialism. Like she one of them type of rapper joints.
And that's
so, like,
gonna be like, I'm gonna teach you how to ride a dick. Like this, it's not.
it's
yeah,
a weird trade off.
yeah, it's gonna be like hyper conscious versus like.
Who would I do with No Name? Who comes to mind that does something like that?
Buddy? Maybe. Nah, not Buddy.
Buddy is a pop star.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
no.
wilding.
Yeah, that we have a lot of heavy hitters though in terms of like Buddy can hop on any record and make it sound good.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
he's a memorable person. So Buddy's cool. I love Saba, love Smino. Jid has to be in some.
Jid.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
God.
I forgot about Jid.
Yeah, I forgot about Jid too.
It's hard to place him because
I would see Jid versus me. I feel like that would be fun.
That's kind of not fair.
No, it's not fair
that's
to
pretty,
whom?
Yeah, that's
because Jid will give you 87 bars of like violence.
Yeah.
And then Smino will just give you some like creativity of kind of how fly he is, a little bit of girl lines, and then St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like just skillful, tactful, and like melodic. Jid is like, I shot the sheriff, killed his mama, did his mama. Like, he's like he's like gonna ether, like he's ready for smoke for everyone. I've heard this nigga.
He's got that side to him.
Yeah, I think he's like a psycho rapper, which is my favorite. Where it's just like, oh, you really did these things, and you're kind of mad that nobody else is willing to play along with you. He's like, does no one wants to fight?
I mean, 21 Savage.
No, you heard this nigga say, he's like, nigga, this all for show now.
Oh, okay.
He said, nah, that wasn't. And then 21 Savage never gave us like bars. It was just kind of like murder music.
Yeah, I would say 21 Savage and like NBA YoungBoy or something like that. You don't think so?
Nah, I gotta ask Kevin Gates who he would put NBA with, because that was his mentor basically.
Yeah.
So NBA YoungBoy, and who else do I didn't like it first, but then kind of grew on me because I understood it. Like who's this? Because NBA YoungBoy is like culturally.
He's
huge.
Yeah.
Like he's culturally a thing. Where you make fun
he
of
may as well be like a superstar, pop star.
Like when I think of NBA YoungBoy, I think of NLE Chopper, but he's not as big as.
No, he's just in that class. But
I know. What's his name? We just
NBA YoungBoy.
Nah.
And who else?
Russ
is in a different lane.
Look, I know nobody.
You would put him versus NBA YoungBoy?
I would put Russ against what's the dude's name, bro? Like they're both like melodic.
Russ wants to be Drake. His words, not mine.
So bad.
He was like, he said it. He was like, yo, I want to have songs as memorable as Drake's and hooks in the bars. Like, no. That's where he's trying to be. So you'd have to put Russ against Bryson and just let Bryson mop the floor with him.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Because Bryson's
like
more...
Russ, like Jack Harlow.
I don't think Jack has enough catalog yet. But I think if we're talking the future, then I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Russ's work ethic is crushing Jack Harlow's, though. From what I've seen. But Jack Harlow lit. And like his song is like he's so himself. I'm not even upset at the club songs that are a little bit like, they don't have as much substance to them. It's like the party records just hit. He got the record with Bryson.
God.
Oh yeah, you lost today.
Look, man, look. Look. Hey,
just let her
Sony,
ride,
you wanna?
Everybody look over there.
Sony and Old Navy is just
all right. Sony, Canon, if you guys want to sponsor me with a camera, I'm all ears. Just email me at lobbygolfpodcast@gmail.
Junior Mastilla said finally to the last podcast.
Okay.
Oh, appreciate you.
Archlint said, "Hey." One person said, "Can you please compress your audio?" Ooh. The laughter is killing me.
Laughter is killing my vulva. Anyways,
jokes his fans
and canceled.
Nah, I'm joking. Yeah. So I think we came up with a lot of good, dope artists that up and coming legends that would like be dope versus battles.
Yeah.
There's like
Smee and Jid are definitely legendary.
Yeah.
Smee, Jid, Saba. Like when I learned at that Dreamville camp, kind of if you were at the Dreamville camp, then you about to be a legend. That's kind of how I saw it. It was just like certain people there had like catalog that you forgot had catalog.
Right.
Who would Ty Dolla $ign go against?
I think Ari Lennox versus SZA.
That's not fair.
See, the thing is about Ty is he doesn't have the catalog, in my opinion.
That's interesting. I mean, that first album was crazy. The one that has LA on it, and the one that has that's the one that why niggas like Ty, because like he had his cousin rap from jail. And it was like a thing. And like that LA song is crazy. Horses in the Stable. Like Ty has a different album side he'll give you. That, features it wouldn't count.
I mean, can't you say that Ye kind of gets the best out of Ty though?
Ye gets the best out of Ty? What's a Ye Ty?
Like all the records that he's been on with Ye.
Name one.
Crazy. Hold up. Ultralight Beam. It's on that.
Big. Wouldn't say it's amazing.
I love Ultralight. You're wild.
I said it's a big song. It's not amazing.
It's a really good song.
Anyway, I will put Ty against. I put Ty against Chris.
Chris Brown?
Yeah.
You wildin'. Ty, get out of here, man. You're cooked. Ty Dolla $ign versus Chris Brown.
I got a lot. I feel like Chris got a lot of classics, but I feel like I haven't been impressed.
Actually, no, Chris will win that easily. I feel like just from nostalgia, like as soon as you hear like "with you,"
right? Like you're what?
That's different.
Yeah,
right.
Chris Brown, I think would be. Let's see, Chris Brown.
He got to go
Drake.
against.
Drake and Chris Brown. I can say that. I can see that.
I mean, you can make a case for it.
Catalog.
Light skin. No, that wasn't what you were going for.
Racist.
Catalog, Redbone. Nah.
You call a dude a Redbone is sucks.
Wow.
Yo, I gotta stop you. This nigga just called Chris Brown a Redbone.
No, but like.
Shit. Catalog. Do you think Gambino is legendary at this
point? Shoot! Of course he's legendary.
Because like nobody brought him up. I feel because
it's so many, bro. It's so many that
Gambino. Like, what I'm talking? Camp. Niggas sleep on that. Royalty.
Camp was fucking sick.
That was like
I Crawl is still one of my favorite songs, yo.
And then of course the obvious because of the internet. And then of course having Atlanta, being in the community, being on Star Wars. Man, F out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Saying This Is America, that nigga is lit.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I can't even.
Niggas don't say Big Crit's name enough though.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the right things in place, I think, to make him mainstream famous. Because he always sounds bothered on his records like, oh, first y'all want me to sound country. Then y'all want me to make a song like this. And what do y'all niggas want? But like, Crit. And the last album he came out with, from my perspective, it had radio potential, street potential, all that. I just think sometimes like labels mismanage people, mishandle.
Yeah.
Like there's certain ways you got to market people. I don't know if they did it right for Crit. Because when I heard "Dreamin'" on SoundCloud from like 2011, I was like, yeah, he in that class with Cole, Kendrick, and
yeah.
It's just like untouchable niggas that can rap. And he got called out on the Control verse. Okay, I feel weirdly weird about Big Sean.
Big Sean?
I like Big Sean.
Big Sean's dope.
It's like
Big Sean is dope.
Big Sean is definitely dope. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's just like he's almost made too many like cringy verses for me to put him in that class with the rest of them.
Like what?
I gotta like really prepare like a response for it. But it's like he's always been clever with the bars and all that. But something about it, like he would just always say something. I'm hearing it in my head right now. It's happening like a mamily. And that's an anomaly. Like just the way that his bars come across was just like. Nah, but this most recent album, it's mad lit.
Well, Tory Lanez,
yo, Max has
Maxwell
Hunter lobby call.
I think this has been a great podcast. Shout out to everybody involved. Shout out to Old Navy for Max's outfit.
Shout out to Puma.
This has been great.
Let's take some questions from Instagram, right?
Oh, there's questions.
Always questions.
I had a pee so bad. I've been drinking for 3 hours.
Nigga, I took a pee break.
Oh, is that allowed?
Okay, sound like yours is a poop break. If you we can't just leave. Dan's like that chorizo, that chorizo, the malanga. Me duele mi estómago. Yo, get this bread off me, nigga.
Hey, shout out to Curry. How did this? You just got locks like just breaking.
No.
In the couch.
Lock. You slapped me with his dread. Where'd it go? Is it on my neck?
Yeah, it's on your shoulder.
Where?
Yeah, let's do a quick question. Let's do a couple questions. I have a question from Native Americana. She says,
Native instruments. I was like,
what is the importance of
That'd be different.
Yeah. What's the importance of networking? Is it necessary?
We already covered that.
Yeah, we covered that already. It's definitely necessary. It's important, and it's I'd say it's man, you have to network, especially if you're up and coming, and you got to network. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm networking right now.
Networking on some yams. Woo! Let's see.
Network.
I have a question from Sethy J Fox.
Seth MacFarlane. Wow.
Right.
Fame today.
He says, when did you know you wanted to do music?
I still don't even know if I want to do music, if I'm being honest.
I think for me, I knew I wanted to do music when I was in high school. Like, I really wanted to pursue like music. Originally I wanted to be a marine biologist or a deep sea ichthyologist. That's a scientist who studies.
Ichthyologist?
Yeah, a scientist who studies fish, like deep sea
Nigga,
fish.
you don't like seafood.
I don't like seafood. I don't like to eat it, but I like fish. I find
to study it. That's
right,
what you wanna say?
exactly. I think
Okay.
I always found deep sea, just animals in the deep very interesting and peculiar. And I used to read a lot of books and watch a lot of documentaries.
I'm about to start calling you Dory. I'm sorry, you're being vulnerable.
No, it's all good. That's me, right?
You're being vulnerable.
Nah, but I always found them very interesting. So, but when I got into high school, like towards the end, my love and passion for music, I want to see that too. Like when you're done, love and passion for music kind of overcame all that, and I was like, yeah, I want to do music. Granted, I still study. I like to read up on fish. I like to read up on fish, study fish and things like that. Edgy. But yeah. What about you, Dan? When did you know you wanted to do music?
Oh shit. I think it was like the first time that I played through. That was nerdy as fuck. Okay. It was the first time that I played through the Jurassic Park suite.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the John. Yeah, no. So I was in wind ensemble and I was in like 8th grade and I played through that and I was like, oh, that's it. That's what I'm doing now. Yeah, no, it was shout out to John Williams, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think movies played a huge role in my love for music. Yeah. Just because I'm a really big movie fan and I like the soundtrack for movies, so that kind of like influenced me to like want to do music. So.
I think like watching. I think movies did like a way better job of getting me hooked on music than the music I was listening to when I got interested in music.
Right. I'll do one more.
Run it up.
Funniest encounters at a concert or a crazy show experience. This is by a lot of people ask this. Chibiyasumin and West Banks.
Oh, dude.
West Banks?
No, I know Shorty. That's why I'm Yeah, no, I literally like FaceTimed her like not too long.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, all right. Flex.
West Banks asked you that?
Yeah, West Banks. That's pretty fun.
Shout out to Yasmin. Yeah.
Let's go! Take this pod to the next level.
So crazy show. Shoot, we got a ton of those.
Yeah, no, fuck. I wish I would have prepared for these, man, because there's a lot of nonsense.
I asked you guys if you want me to send you the doc, but you guys don't want to do it.
Somebody want that doc.
You could have sent me the doc.
Okay, I'll send you the doc next time.
That sounds bad. You could have sent me the document.
Let me get the doc. Shoot, it's been some crazy stories, man. Masego, what's your most memorable, like, crazy show experience? Because you have a ton. Somebody threw panties at you. That's normal. Yeah, that's the norm.
A crazy show experience?
Yeah, what's the most craziest show experience? Or encounter or whatever.
Man, they're all like kind of hitting me at once right now. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I'm thinking the Baby's All Right, and I took my shirt off, and I just jumped in the crowd.
Oh shit! I was there for that.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
For real?
That was a thing, man. No.
Like, just took the shirt off and was just like, and then like. Yeah, I was wilding. I think I like drunk some Hennessy that day.
Whoa, you?
Yeah, and I'm like backstage, some shorties, and I'm just looking like a rock star, shirt off, no muscles. And it's just like, I'm trying to think what happened after that. I think like I'm hanging out in this tree.
That's just basic stuff though. Sounds like that can't be your craziest encounter. Your craziest.
I feel like you're trying to get people canceled.
No, I'm not.
No.
That's just like basic stuff.
Okay, so the craziest shit that happens on tour is probably not something we should discuss
on the lobby call.
Yeah, no. What was something that was just okay that happened?
Like, come on,
R-rated.
you gotta,
yeah.
With Dan, I don't NC-17.
Yeah, no, man. What was the craziest shit that happened to? Oh, you're married now. We can't talk about. Okay,
we can talk about anything. What's up? I think for me, the craziest thing that happened is just like when we were opening up for Erykah Badu, my bass cap caught on fire. You guys remember that on stage while we're playing?
But for two shows, and they brought you the same cab the next
You
day.
can see the smoke.
Yeah, that shit was trash. Nigga, I smelt it from like the other side of the stage.
That you saw like the soot from the last show. So yeah, my bass cab caught on fire. I don't know what happened. It was a wiring issue. But we're playing a song. I'm like, yo, I can't hear myself. What's going on here? I turn around, I see like flames, and I see smoke coming from my bass cab, like the bass speaker, and it was wild. That was in where were we? Cologne, Germany.
Could be.
Yeah, that was in Cologne, Germany. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yo, a lot of women can dance.
That's the thing, man. It's like, it's like their thing, for the most part.
For the most part, you hear this man talk?
Wow.
I think it's their thing for the most part.
This might be our last podcast, low-key.
Yo, well, so much.
I mean,
like,
women got rhythm. What you expect?
So much for that essence follow.
Women are only good for dancing.
No,
that's what you said. That's literally what you said.
Maxwell Hunter lobby call.
Yo, wow.
This has been episode 3.
My whole point is that women are dope. Women are amazing.
That was the point?
Yeah. Women have rhythm. Women are dope.
No, on tour one time, I was
Go ahead, let the Lord use you.
Nah, man.
Talking about that 170-year-old that you met at South by.
Oh, good thing the camera turned off.
All right, yeah.
Nah, man. I feel like what's a fun story? We were doing a private party. This one place.
Oh, Kazakhstan.
Nah, other place. Hong Kong. Yeah, so we were doing this little private party. I met this bank investor. And I was like, yo, show me your properties. And so they took me to the top of some mountain and showed me their properties. And then we got lost. And I had to speak Mandarin to get back.
Oh, ni hao. Ni hao, man.
I don't know if is that?
Yeah, it's
check that. Okay, yeah, that's all.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Dan, did you already say yours?
I don't think I need to.
You sure?
I think this is a good place to kill the podcast.
See, I was gonna say the Riley Reid one, but I'm not gonna bring it up.
The what?
The Riley Reid story.
The
Riley Reid.
Nah, I told you about this. I got Riley Reid's number at Matt's show.
Who that?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, Matt Mason?
Yeah.
That's a good story. See, you need a real podcast because he's not afraid to take it to the next level.
Yeah, you trying to
Riley
trying to get canceled.
You said who's that?
No, I don't know. My bad. I was tripping.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up. My cameras are about to die, so this has been another episode of Lobby Call, episode 3. Follow us on Instagram. Follow Dan, Dan_the_ Matt. You gotta change.
I gotta change that. Yeah, that's just nonsense.
Dan the Manimal, put underscores between.
Well done.
Dan, yeah. We got Masego at Masego. You can follow me at Maxwell_Sensei. That's been another episode of Lobby Call. Dan, you can there we go. That's a wrap.